All right, everybody, and welcome to Q&A live stream number 178. It's approximately 7:51 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great states of New Jersey. Today is Labor Day, so happy Labor Day to anybody who celebrated Labor Day. So once again, happy Labor Day to, once again, anybody who did celebrate Labor Day. What I was going to say, tomorrow is Rosh Hashanah, so for anybody celebrating Rosh Hashanah, I do wish you a happy Jewish New Year. I actually do have some friends that are celebrating Rosh Hashanah, so but anyways, so yes, happy Labor Day. How's everyone doing? Hello, Swazi. I'm pretty good. Thank you for asking. And hello, Matty 08212. How are you? My brother messed up his hair today. Oh, that's a shame. Good evening, Candace Williams. How are you? So I'm going to be wearing a hat. My brother messed up my. Your hair was messed up today. Oof. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, I know how that feels. Did you take a shower? Because typically, if my hair gets messed up, I literally just hop in the shower. It's the best solution. And then after you get out of the shower, you can comb your hair, and then there's no more mess. But I understand, I know it's it's not the first thing you'd want to do. Happy Labor Day, Alexander Lynn. So yeah, lots to go. Oh yeah, you did take a shower. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's very important, especially like if you feel that something's like messy or you don't feel like very good, the shower is like on your body. Shower is always the way to go. But yeah, I take a shower basically every day. It's just an easy way to just be clean, But anyways, moving on from shower topics. Hello, Elevators of Steel City by Otis Elevator Fan 102. How are you? And since it was a holiday weekend, there were no tweets today from Sears Careers, as well as no tweets from any other closings today because today was a holiday and most businesses today do close and give their employees off. So no closing announcements today. Most likely closing announcements will be happening starting next week. Interestingly enough, though, yesterday we just found out that Disney is closing 2 additional stores. One store in Sacramento, California, and Tyson's Corner. Both of those 2 are closing the 22nd, which brings us down to 23 Disney stores that are currently not closing. That number could change. The main reason for Disney closing stores, shifting online focus, and the fact that they signed a deal with Target to have many stores inside their physical stores. So, but I think it's mostly the Target deal. That's the reason for these stores closing. So these Disney mini stores don't endanger the Disney stores. It makes sense though. But yeah, the closest Disney store to me, it's probably a split. It's probably about the same amount of time too. It's a split between the main Disney store, the flagship rather, in Times Square, New York City, and the Disney outlet at the Mills Jersey Gardens in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Excuse me, sorry about that. Yep, Sacramento and Tyson's Corner is also closing too. I literally went through all the Disney stores to see if there was any more, but it's only those 2 closing the 22nd. So that's a total of 59, 57 closing next Wednesday, and then the 2 after that. And then there might be the rest of them closing. Thank you, Dylan Jesus. Happy Labor Day to you too. Pretty good, Mohammed Sonic Boom. How are you? I witnessed a freak attack accident today at the gym. Someone tore their MCL doing squats. Oh boy, that does not sound good. Did the guy have to be rushed to the hospital? Yeah, that's terrible. Actually, that's really terrible. White Marsh. I believe that Disney White Marsh, that one might have closed. Yeah, that Disney store is permanently closed, Matt. Sorry to say. Yeah, well, if it's a Macy's growth store, you're absolutely going to be getting one. The timing, though, what Macy's should have done is they should have had the Toys R Us stores ready for holiday 2021. See, the Disney and Target thing is smart, because by Christmas they're going to get all of them ready before Christmas. So smart, but that was not coordinated correctly. Target definitely coordinated the Disney deal correctly, that's for sure. So I'll give them credit there. I haven't been to a Target store in a really long time, and I'm always talking about them. It's either them or Walmart that I'm always talking about. Walmart, there's just no really Targets in my. I mean, there okay, yeah, there is Targets in my area. I just don't go to Target that much though. Those were Schindler, always Schindler. Oh, that's a shame. Chris, my idea of paying a homeless person to go off and cause a big scene inside a closing Kmart is more appealing after I got wind that somebody was harassed for filming in another store. in a closing Kmart. I still think that's funny. It's just with the funny and the sad part about that is the liquidators are just going to kick the homeless guy out, or literally have the police come in and escort him off the property. It is funny though. I could imagine just some random Joe who literally. I mean, it's unfortunate too. The guy literally has no place to live, so he's literally just living off the streets. But yeah, I think that's kind of funny though. That is funny. Rev do W. I probably pronounced that wrong. That is very funny. He was helped out by two other. He was helped out by. He was helped out of the gym by two other people. Not sure if he went straight to the hospital. I'm sure those two people probably recommended 911. Yeah, or they at least got an ambulance over there because I mean that's terrible if, for something to happen like that, especially at the gym. Target is a better shopping experience than Walmart. I 100% agree. Target at least it feels like a department store, but it's not really a full department store. Like a department store would be multi levels. I guess there are one level ones. I guess depending on the size of land you really need. But yeah, Target is definitely the better shopping experience. I do have to agree with that. Yeah, okay. Yes, it would be a great video to have a homeless guy running inside a Kmart. Yes, that would be a very funny video. But so that's kind of hard when you only have two Kmart's in Jersey. One of them's about a half an hour from me. The other one's about 45 minutes. So I'm not really like close to one. He listen, Dylan, Jesus, he already lives in Florida. So his retirement is there. All he has to do is just give up control of Transform Co. and then he can retire. So it's not even oh, he'll retire in Florida. He already lives in Florida. It's not like he's not living in Florida. He's living in Florida. Once he lets go of Sears, then that's it for the company. Do you think? Yeah, gym accidents are more common than you think. Sometimes it's the person's fault if they're irresponsible. Yeah, there is this thing called gym rats. It's a terminology. Basically, it's somebody, and I'm actually going to be going back to the gym soon too. Basically, a gym rat is somebody who literally spends like an abominance or a large amount of time inside a gym just so they can get. Yeah, I mean they spend almost 4 hours. I mean, I would say a good workout at the gym is no more than an hour and a half to like 2 hours. I can't imagine staying in the gym for more than 2 hours. Yeah, my closest Kmart is in Westwood, New Jersey, and Avenel, New Jersey. Oh, you're getting your second vaccine on Saturday. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm looking. Probably they're saying because I got Pfizer, so they're saying I'm going to need a booster shot. The good news is now I can physically go to the pharmacy and get it, which is really great. There's actually two options for me, so that's definitely going to work out. I'm probably going to need it next month, most likely. So yeah, I know. They're supposed to be putting one near me. It's going to be a combination of a drive-through and outdoor dining. I just don't know how that's going to work, especially in this area. But I'm happy that Shake Shack is looking to come like in this immediate area because we don't really have a Shake Shack in this area. So I also got that vaccine. Why do you need a booster shot? Well, apparently there was some data that came in. I think it was a study in Israel, and they said if you get a booster shot of the Pfizer vaccine, it apparently is more effective against the Delta variant. So that's kind of why. I mean, I would do it just for that reason because I mean Delta, and apparently with the two doses at least you get the protection wanes off after time. Over a certain number of months. So it's worth. I think it's worth it to get the booster shot because then it boosts the antibodies from the vaccine. But yeah, that's why if you get Pfizer, Moderna apparently is delayed Johnson and Johnson we don't know about yet. Moderna got delayed, but Pfizer I think they're definitely going forward with. It sounds like they have credible data from a foreign country to move forward with the booster shot. Right now, the booster shot is only for people with autoimmune compromised systems. That list is probably going to grow as the weeks and months go on. So, hi Joe, how are you? I wish Cracker Barrel would expand more. Yeah, me too. There's only one 45 minutes. Oh no, I agree. It definitely should not be a yearly thing. I think it should be the one booster shot and done. But who knows? The problem is it's the data. That's the problem mostly. Yeah, no, I wish there was a Cracker Barrel near me. The closest one's like 45 minutes. And it's not even worth 45 minutes, honestly. It's a bit of a drive, unfortunately. Yeah, I wouldn't make it a yearly thing. Booster shot would be done. That's the hope, but there's always more data being released. Hello, not Scorch. How are you? Hi, Ultra Eric. How are you? I wish Cracker Barrel would expand more. Some loves stops have Chester's Chicken, Godfather's Pizza, and Subway. That's a contract. I think that must be the contract they signed. Anything J&J makes is a disaster. Can't even get baby powder correct. Um, yeah, I know. I know. It's a shame. Yeah, I know. There's J&J's looking for a booster shot, and that's the hope. But yeah, I mean, I went with Pfizer. I did not. Moderna, I was kind of on the line, and J&J, I was like, no way. I wanted the two. I wanted the two doses, and Pfizer was the best one. So I'm glad I got my shots when I did, because now it's. I know. I'm just like, and I get it. I know why they have to do it, but even as I was listening to the radio and the TV, I think I saw like four different COVID ads. And look, I get it. I get it. They want to get people vaccinated. I get that, but it's sometimes like to me it's kind of annoying, but at the same time I get why they're pushing it. It's just like now I just have to look forward to the booster shot. But anyways, moving on from COVID discussion. Oh, you went to Westfield World Trade Center? Yeah, I've been there. It's a nice Westfield property. I've been there. I've been to all four Westfield properties in New York and New Jersey. Obviously, Westfield Garden State Plaza. That's a good giveaway. I've been to Westfield World Trade Center. I've been to Westfield Sunrise, and I've been to Westfield South Shore. Westfield South Shore is definitely better than Sunrise Mall, and why? That is for sure. Yeah, no, closest one to me is 45. Have you ever been to the Cracker Barrel in Hamilton, New Jersey? Matt, you are asking the right person. YES. Yes, that's that huge Hamilton marketplace down there. They have Lowe's, BJ's Wholesale Club, Walmart. They used to have a Ruby Tuesday, but that's sadly closed. Chick-fil-A, McDonald's. They have a Kohl's. They have a Ross. The only thing that mall is really missing is a Marshall's, honestly. There used to be Modell's, but that's gone. There's a world-class ShopRite with a Schindler 330A that I rode a lot when I was a kid because I grew up in that area for a couple of months. There was a Red Robin, a Chili's, a Longhorn Steakhouse, a PNC Bank, Panera Bread. So a lot of good recognizable names. Oh, and there's also a Barnes and Noble down there. How could I forget the Barnes and Noble? DQ Grill and Chill. Yeah, a lot of good brands down there. Big. It's huge. It's owned by DDR, I believe. A Lowe's. They have a Home Depot across the street along with the Wendy's. It's all a very, very nice big property. Lots of retail. That's like a mega retail center without an actual shopping mall, and it's called the Hamilton Marketplace. It's literally my favorite strip mall in New Jersey. Literally, there is not another strip mall like it in the entire state. I mean, even the strip malls up here, nothing can beat Hamilton Marketplace. Nothing. It has literally all my favorite things. It literally in one property, even as a Cracker Barrel, and that really helps. And there's a Hilton Garden Inn across the street, and there's a Homewood Suites up the road, and you have the Hampton Inn and Suites in Robbinsville right off the turnpike. So lots of stuff down there. Oh, and did I not mention the Residence Inn? Wallacoat, Iowa. Not surprising. If Sears files for Chapter 7 bankruptcy on 9/27, that is 4 years in the making. Correct. But yes, Matt, to answer your question, of course I've been to the Cracker Barrel in Hamilton. Mostly to shop around, but once to eat. And that was many years ago. Yes. Would the booster need? Yes, the booster would need to be from the same manufacturer. So, like, let's say I got Pfizer, so I would have to get a booster from Pfizer. Same can be said for Moderna. So, but right now it's just Pfizer and Moderna for the boosters. Although Pfizer right now is looking more likely to get boosters. Oh, I only filmed one elevator. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really gone to Westfield World Trade Center. I really have no desire to go there anytime soon. Yes, Ruby Tuesday is closed. Yeah, the only Ruby Tuesday up here that's still open is in Elizabeth, which absolutely surprises me too. But I guess you got the hotel over there. It's one of the few left in the state, believe it or not. Oh, you went there after Six Flags, the Cracker Barrel or the Ruby Tuesday? If you went to the Cracker Barrel, you picked the right restaurant. Oh, you're outside playing basketball? That's fun. Yeah, it's East Coast time. It's pretty dark here. 5:08. Yeah, you guys still have sun out in California. Yeah, California's 3 hours behind. Here it's like 8 o'clock at night. Yeah, the Uniqlo there is gone. The first school bus I ever rode was totaled today. Oh, so sad. That school bus is gone, but not forgotten. I mean, look, I was supposed to go to Smith Haven, so I had a college trip that probably was the main factor. I mean, I had to go to Livingston because Sears was closing. I wasn't going to not say no to that Sears, but that trip to the museum in New York City when I was living away at school literally costed me Smith Haven Mall and Macy's and Comac, which stunk. But you know what? It was two elevators that were kind of so I'm kind of happy. I would have been more sad if I couldn't get access to that Nordstrom store, and I'm so happy they had a fixture liquidation sale. But the unfortunate thing was I had 10 days. Yeah, it was a very long ride. I took the bus into Port Authority, and then I had to take another bus from Port Authority. Yeah, it was a very long bus trip and very expensive too. Not cheap, but I didn't have a choice. I mean, I had 10 days to get down there. It wasn't like I had 3 months. It was they were only opening the doors for exactly. Can I do it like this? For exactly 10 days. So I had 10 days to get in a car or get on a bus and get down to Freehold. So unfortunate. Boscov's is opening Niles, Ohio next month, if I'm correct. I believe you are. I haven't done any research on that. My favorite overall is Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm a vegetarian, but if that's what you like to eat, then I respect that. But I mean, Westfield World. The only good thing about Westfield World Trade Center is the actual mall atrium. I mean, it's not to say that the mall is not good, but the main draw is definitely the architecture. That's about the biggest draw for that property is literally the architecture. Be interesting if Simon Property Group picked that up from Westfield. Couldn't that be something? Yeah, probably. Because Westfield is looking to exit the U.S., I could very well see Simon picking up Westfield World Trade Center. I have no doubt they're going to pick up Westfield Garden State Plaza. That's just a given. They'd be stupid not to pick up that mall. Yeah, I mean, in the future, Simon is going to control both of the two most luxurious malls in New Jersey. the Westfield Garden State Plaza and the mall at Short Hills. Now, why the mall at Short Hills? Well, there's a very good reason for them getting the mall at Short Hills. It's an upscale mall in New Jersey, and the stores are allowed to operate 7 days a week. Well, and the fact too that it's the best mall in Essex County, and Simon can't say no to that. So what Simon will do is they'll dump Livingston, say goodbye to Livingston because Livingston is not going to change. I'm sorry to say. I know Simon tried to pour money into that property, but with Sears and Lord and Taylor gone, there's just no hope for the center. And Macy's is most likely going to close the store after the holidays of this year. So I think if Simon cuts their losses with Livingston, they say sorry, we're cutting this property and we're going to focus on the mall at Short Hills, and they'll control that and Westfield Garden State Plaza when Westfield chooses to exit the United States. So I think it could be a very good opportunity too. What they also really need to do is create some type of shuttle bus system between the two properties because they're both Simon properties. They can create a bus opportunity where people can park at each of the centers and have buses run back and forth. That way people don't have to go back and forth between the two centers. If Simon were to run a shuttle system between the two centers, you'd get so much more customers and you'd actually have less cars on the road. But, the question is, does Simon want to look into that? I think it would be a smart idea. But again, that's me. Hi, Tiger Boy PR17. How are you? School bus. Yeah, I used to take the school bus a lot to school all the time. But school buses were fun. I was in the smaller buses. Those were fun. Okay. Yeah, well, good thing you avoided that false alarm school shooting on that day. Good thing you got that vaccine. Iowa. What's Boscov's? Boscov's is a department store based in Pennsylvania. They have stores across New Jersey, New York State, not Long Island yet, but they're looking into it. Connecticut, what's the stores? Possibly Maryland. I don't think Maryland. Ohio, they do. See level one. Oh, yeah, I'll have to see what that is. Who remembers Lord and Taylor Outlet? Oh, well, there's that, the outlet, and then there's Find It at Lord and Taylor. Two failed concepts. Lord and Taylor wanted to try and expand their presence in Paramus. We could see that the outlet flopped, and then both stores closed. It's interesting how what I still find interesting is that they closed both Fashion Center and Westfield Garden State Plaza in the same day. What they should have done with that was close Fashion Center at the end of December and keep Westfield Garden State Plaza open until the very end. But I guess those two Lord and Taylor stores in Paramus just did so well. They just kept them till the very end. Sad though that they both are gone now. It's unfortunate, especially Fashion Center. I mean, Fashion Center's been in that spot since 1967. That's a very long time for a department store. I mean, given that the elevator was modernized, still, I wasn't a huge fan of that. But I mean, for the fact for that building and the building's architecture to be in that same exact look since '67 is pretty historical if you think about it. Same can be said for another one they did. Well, I guess they kind of touched it. They really didn't touch Fashion Center. I guess Lord and Taylor lost focus of that one once they opened up Westfield Garden State Plaza. But let me tell you something. If they didn't open up the door in Paramus, they would have absolutely renovated Fashion Center. So Lord and Taylor saw it as opportunity. Personally, I think Bloomingdale should have went next to Neiman Marcus at Westfield Garden State Plaza, but I guess Bloomingdale's loved Riverside so much they just didn't want to leave the store, or they just didn't want to leave the spot rather. But Bloomingdale's has been in that spot since '59, and then Macy's and Paramus opened or Bramberger's rather opened in '57, and then Paramus Park A&S opened in 1972. Guinness Liberty Verut Market. This sounds like a New York City thing. What is it exactly? Okay. Oh, it's basically a food hall market. Basically, that's just a bunch of places where you can just grab food, you pay for it, and then you sit down. Oh, you were bad. That's a shame. Oh, the Middlesex Mall. Yes. The one in, I think that's in South Plainfield, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. I forgot about that Macy's. I completely forgot. There was that one, and then there was the other one in Preakness and Wayne. That also became a Macy's. Macy's had two stores in Wayne, but then closed Preakness to focus on Willowbrook, which made sense. I'm glad they did that. Yeah, it must be a profitable penny store where nobody wants to buy out the lease of that store. Rose Parade is coming January 1st, as I know. Well, hopefully it doesn't get canceled again. I know they've been canceling events. They canceled the New York Auto Show, I believe. Concerts were postponed. They canceled the 5K in Long Branch, and they canceled. What else did they cancel? Oh, they canceled the Oyster Bay Festival too. Yeah, Macy's Preakness was definitely market correction to basically shift resources to Willowbrook, which made sense. You know, why keep an unprofitable Macy's that was one levels that was a Stearns originally. Yeah, that's interesting that you don't have one near you. I mean, I have maybe like 10 near me, two in the same borough, and a couple others outside like town and outside the county. I hope so too, but we shall see. Yes, Moorestown is a dead mall. That's it. Yeah, I mean, well, they're supposed to be putting something in Lord and Taylor, um, but yeah, it's a dead mall. I got kicked out of the bus for throwing water bottles. Is that bad? Yeah, that's kind of I don't know why you would do that. Don't you mean Clifton? There's Barnes and Noble in Clinton does not. There's no Barnes and Noble in Clinton. There's one in Clifton, unless there's one I don't know about. Yeah, no, that would be Clifton. Yeah, it's a decent Schindler. Macy. Not necessarily. No, White Plains unfortunately was or Galleria rather was a failing mall, and I just think Macy's just didn't want to be there anymore. When Sears pulled the plug, Macy's said, "You know what? We're pulling the plug too." But yeah. So, but no tweets today from Sears careers because it's Labor Day, obviously, and they're not going to tweet out. It's probably a bot, and they probably only turn the bot on when it's I shana to. Oh yeah, I shana to tava to you too, Scott, because that's right. Rosh Hashanah is tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why, quote unquote, Jonathan thought that was a good idea to harass family for taking a photo. I still think that was silly. I still can't believe they would harass. I mean, a family who's trying to make a good memory. Look, I get it, but you're really going to harass a family that's trying to take a quick picture. I understand the escalator is not the safest place to do it. I understand that, but and don't be a D about it. I really I'm trying to not use foul language. Like don't be a I know there's a word I want to use, but I'd rather not say it. But I guess I will because, like, don't be a dick about it. I'm sorry. I know, but it's to get a point across. Don't be a D word about it. Um, but yeah, I mean, those. Yeah, no, I try to not go to Barnes and Nobles too much. They're just the employees are very stubborn. Not stubborn, but they will catch you for filming, and it's. I mean, I don't blame them. If they have a no photography policy, I respect that. But you don't have to be like you could be nice about it too. I mean, and a lot of employees don't do that, unfortunately. I mean, I've definitely have had several encounters, so it's I'm not gonna be it's not they're definitely not gonna be the last. The worst, I think, two really bad encounters I definitely had. Shops Riverside, definitely. That was no, yeah, that was bad. But I think the second worst one after that definitely had to be Lord and Taylor Rockaway. I still cannot believe that this guy working the liquidation company, literally on camera, threatened me with arrest. Like you don't do that. Listen, I understand you're working for the liquidation company, but why threaten somebody when the store is closing? This isn't like, it's not like the company is, thriving. It's going out of business. And you're going to threaten me with arrest because the store's closing? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Listen, I understand to leave, I'll leave no problem, but you don't threaten me with that on camera. Stupid, stupid, stupid liquidators, man. That's why I hate Hilco sometimes. I understand like that's probably part of their policy is they don't want people going around the store filming, whether it's on a cell phone or a video camera, but just, you know, stupid. But whatever. Look, at the end of the day, they're trying to do their job. I get that, but they don't have to be an asshole about it. They can kind of I understand they're trying to do their job, but people can be nice about it. I understand your concern, Scott, and I agree. I agree. Oh yeah, Destiny USA is definitely in trouble. Yes, there will be a year in review in 2021. I'm looking forward to making that video too. Yeah, Destiny USA definitely suffered. I think Destiny USA personally suffered a lot more than Freehold Raceway Mall personally, and that's a personal opinion. Oh yeah, that. Yep, absolutely. I agree with you, Candace. I believe it was one of the 125 stores that were expected to shut down um, by what's it called? Back in 2020 before COVID hit. Yeah, I know, I know, I know. I wasn't one of those middle school kids, but I know middle school kids do the most stupidest stuff. And that's putting it nicely. That there's things I could say, but they do stupid stuff. I understand, they're tweens, they're becoming teenagers, they're going through changes in their body. That's tweens and teens for you. That's putting it nicely. That's making it a very friendly statement about that. Yeah, no, I still think it was very unprofessional, especially on camera. It's not like it's not like it was off camera. It was on camera. He said it on camera. And I may have not gotten a picture of his face, but I still have the recording. So I hope Hilco fired him or something. Honestly, I'm sure they fired him. I hope they did. I hope Hilco said, you're fired, or he wasn't part of the next liquidation. Still, I mean, look, it's sad. I understand, but there's no reason to be unprofessional about it. I understand the chain's going out of business. I understand the liquidation company has to have a set of rules, but you don't harass people or threaten them on camera while kicking them out of the store. Look, I was going to leave either way. It's not like I was going to stay around, and obviously I had to leave. The guy was literally going to escort me out the building. Yeah, it's terrible, but yeah. And then at the end, like, yeah, no, he was gonna get mall security involved. Like he was gonna inform mall security. So I mean, it was a terrible situation. It was a terrible, terrible situation. I don't think he told mall security. I think he just told me that just to get me scared. I can't imagine him telling mall security, but maybe he did. Maybe he did. But we'll never know personally. And that's why I've never been. I don't go back to Rockaway Town Square. Yeah, well, I have no reason to go there right now. It'd be a waste, honestly. There's nothing for me to see there. Oh no, I understand. That's why. No, and again, it's not even about filming an elevator in a store. That's not why I got in trouble. That it wasn't about it was not it had nothing to do with filming an elevator. The elevator video came out just fine, no problem. It was when I was going around filming the actual store. It wasn't look, I wasn't going around. He didn't come up to me. He did not come up to me because of the elevator. That was not the reason. That did happen at a different Lord and Taylor in Freehold, yes, but the employee, I guess it was maybe the manager, maybe they saw me on the cameras back there. Who knows? I don't know how that happened, or maybe she just happened to need the elevator. I don't know personally. But what I'm saying is, it didn't happen because I was filming the elevator. It happened because I was going around with my camera in the store tour. And apparently, the guy, quote unquote, said that he got complaints from women throughout the building. So it wasn't like it was one section of the building. It must have been both the lower level and the upper level. And to tell you the truth, I did see him on his walkie-talkie going up the escalator. It wasn't like I didn't see him. I did see him. He must have been the manager that was sent out by the liquidator. So it wasn't the actual store manager. It was the manager that was sent out by the liquidation company to run the liquidation sales. I know this can get really confusing, but I'm trying to make a point here. So he definitely was the manager for that liquidation in that location that was sent out by Hilco Fixed Asset Recovery, or Hilco Merchants, whatever you want to call it. But that's my point. Yeah, I mean, they also sign a non-disclosure agreement, so I think that's why they have to defend the closing company. Unfortunately. Oh, I think it's an absolute Kmart and Sears. That's another joke. I mean, look at the store count: 17 Kmart's and 25 Sears stores. It's over. I mean, there's some court hearing this month, but that's only for Sears Holdings and ESL. But I think it's still going to end this year. Honestly, Sears and Kmart. I don't see. I mean, they're only 5 stores away from the number of stores that Lord and Taylor had. But my guess was Sears and Kmart's real estate bought them a little bit of extra time. Lord and Taylor, unfortunately, though, was out of luck because of the pandemic. But here's the thing: Lord and Taylor themselves, they were already closing stores before the pandemic. Remember back in 2018, they announced Monmouth Mall was shutting down along with New York City. And then in 2019, they announced more closings. You had Palisades Center, Woodbridge Center. So they were already closing stores before the pandemic hit. It's just for Lord and Taylor's ultimate fate, by default, the pandemic ultimately accelerated the end of Lord and Taylor. Yes, the countdown to 2022. Well, the South Shore of Long Island has a lot of money. There's a lot of money down there. North Shore, too. Both the North Shore and the South Shore. Oh, yeah. Woodbridge Center, that's a nice mall. That's true. Okay, bye, Eric. Quaker Bridge seems to be. Yeah, Quaker Bridge is also the one of the only many few enclosed malls in Mercer County. Well, I guess if you don't count Market Fair, but it also is an Apple Store, Cheesecake Factory, and Brio. So I could see why. And it has the only Macy's and J.C. Penney in Mercer County. Makes sense. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to someone happened to come upstairs, so I just wanted to let them do their thing. Eddie Lampert is not the CEO of either Sears. Correct. A lot of Rouse architecture remains in Woodbridge Center. That is correct. Fort Wayne, Indiana was the first major market company to have driving distance headquarters from company Chicago. Interesting. That's very. This is for Kmart. That's very interesting. Transform couple closed stores until there are none left. We've known this for years. Oh, I know, but the end, I believe, is coming. I mean, there is a court hearing for both Sears Holdings and ESL, and that could ultimately affect Transform Co. So, but there's a lot going on right now with Sears and Kmart, and the future is definitely uncertain for them, for that company at least. It's, I mean, you even see some of the pictures of the store. I mean, they're lacking uh, appliances. Some of the stores even smell mold or mildew. It's actually kind of disgusting, believe it or not. It's amazing of how some of the stores are still in business. Like, I mean, take for example my home state of New Jersey. We only have one left. I mean, we lost Hackensack September 12th, which we're actually coming up on a year on, and Rockaway Town Square, which is now a vaccination center, closed. The last Sears store to close in New Jersey was September 13th, and the last Kmart store to close in New Jersey was the 2nd of May when Kearney closed. It's funny how Belleville and Kearney closed at the same time, but 2 weeks apart. But the only two Kmarts left in the state are Avenel Kmart and the Westwood Kmart. And after those two Kmarts go, that's it for Kmart in New Jersey. And after Sears in Jersey City goes, well, that's it for Sears in New Jersey. Not necessarily. It wasn't Eddie Lampert. It wasn't because Eddie Lampert made people not want to shop at Sears and Kmart. It's because Eddie Lampert did not reinvest in the physical stores and brought them up to date with with 21st century standards. That's why people didn't want to shop there. I mean, look at Kmart in I don't know, a random Kmart. Look at the one in Westwood. You know, that's not in great shape. Or Avenel, for example. There's a lot of they downsized that store significantly. So, excuse me. It's sad, but that's the reality of it, unfortunately. So, I think there's one Pilot Travel Center in New Jersey, or a couple, but they're near the state borders. Hampton, New Jersey, and Mahwah, New Jersey. Like one employee in the store. That's when you know nobody wants to work at Sears. There was only one employee in the store. That's funny. That's sad though too. Honestly, there was only like one employee in the store. Wow, that's just like nobody wants to go work there. Oh yeah, Penny's definitely has better stock. Macy's is probably the best one in the mall, and Kohl's does pretty good too. Who are the Kmart shoppers? I mean, yeah, I mean they can't even get fix the lights in there. I mean it's really bad. I mean I've even seen like just I mean there's only 11. Think about it. Think about it this way. There's only 11 Kmart's left operating in the U.S. Could you imagine a number like that? Just crazy stuff. Just nuts, 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 nuts. But anyways, Yeah, I still have a PlayStation too, but I barely use it now. Just no good games anymore. But anyways, that's that, I guess. So, oh yeah, that's not good. No gluten-free options. Yeah, Xbox is definitely better than PlayStation. No doubt about that. PlayStations are kind of eh. They're like cheap. That's the problem. It's not to say Sony's bad. It's just they're not really like big on like I have an Xbox One that um that is here, and I think it's built better than a PSP. PlayStation 5s they go very cheap on the build quality. Xbox you can always just it's very reliable. It's a very reliable system. Is Dunham Sports in your area? I don't think so. Yeah, closest one is Hazel Township, Pennsylvania, and I don't even think that's anywhere near. Oh yeah, that's like no, yeah, no, we don't have. We unfortunately do not have a what's it called? We do not have a Dunham Sports in my area. Sorry to say. There's one in Pennsylvania, but it's not even like close to me. Oh yeah, then they must be recognizable in Ohio. Or at least they have a larger footprint rather. Sorry. That's the right word I was looking for. Dunham Sports. Was there a Dunham Sports that had an elevator or something? Something like that? Because that could have been it too. Okay, I see. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Ohio malls, except Green Acres, not Green Acres, Rolling Acres Mall. That's the one. Our signs and has no camera symbols on it. I can't imagine a Dunham Sports having an elevator, so you don't have to worry about that. Unless there actually is one with an elevator. I'm gonna actually check that right now. Yeah, they seem to only be one story. Oh, okay. That should be cool. Dead moles are really cool to see, honestly. But yeah. So does anybody have any further questions for me or because I think we're gonna probably wrap up this stream pretty soon. Because there's not really that much to talk about. Again, it's Labor Day, so things are gonna be a weird week. Because today was Labor Day and tomorrow people go back to work though, which is a good thing. So, but let me actually see if we have any store closings real quick because I want to end this live stream on a high note. Oh, that Taco Bell in Laguna Beach, California, is closing tomorrow. It's the third oldest Taco Bell, and it opened in 1967. So that is closing tomorrow, unfortunately. Disney closing Lehigh Valley. I knew about that one already. But yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. I see. No, I get that and I respect that. So, but if anybody has any no further questions, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up the stream here. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great night, and that's it.